How to Stay Calm and Positive in Life. Audiobook. Ever feel like life's constant demands are stealing your peace of mind? You're not alone. Welcome to How to Stay Calm and Positive in Life, where you'll discover proven strategies to maintain emotional balance, reduce daily stress, and see the bright side in every challenge. In this audiobook, we'll explore simple mindset shifts, practical routines, and transformative habits that empower you to stay cool under pressure and hold on to optimism even when life gets tough. Let's embark on this journey together, unlocking the calmness and positivity you deserve. Chapter 1: Understanding Calmness and Positivity. Calmness is like a quiet lake, steady, clear, and untroubled by ripples on the surface. It isn't about shutting off your emotions. It's about learning to steady yourself when life's waves roll in. True calmness isn't the absence of chaos, but the presence of peace within yourself, no matter what happens around you. Positivity, on the other hand, is the lens through which you see the world. It's not about ignoring problems or pretending bad things never happen. Instead, positivity is a choice to look for potential solutions and hidden lessons in every challenge. It's the light you bring to dark moments, the voice in your mind that says, "I can handle this." Calmness and positivity work hand in hand. Imagine calmness as your inner anchor, keeping you grounded, and positivity as the gentle wind pushing you forward. When you combine both, you create an approach to life where obstacles don't stop you. They simply become part of the journey. One of the biggest misconceptions about calmness is that it means staying silent or passive. In reality, calmness gives you the space to think clearly. It allows you to respond rather than react. When your mind is calm, your words and actions become more purposeful, and you make decisions that align with your goals and values. Positivity is sometimes mistaken for blind optimism, but genuine positivity recognizes problems while still believing in a better outcome. It's choosing hope when everything feels uncertain, finding a silver lining when clouds block the sun, and refusing to let setbacks define what you can achieve. Together, calmness and positivity can transform stressful moments into opportunities for growth. When anxiety creeps in, your calm mind helps you breathe through the tension, and your positive outlook reminds you that solutions exist. This balance teaches you that peace and hope are skills you can cultivate, even on the toughest days. Ultimately, calmness and positivity start with self-awareness. As you learn to sense your emotions, you gain the power to pause before reacting. In that pause, you choose calmness over panic, positivity over defeat. This choice, repeated day after day, builds a strong mental foundation, one that supports a life of resilience, happiness, and meaningful progress. Chapter 2: Identifying Stressors. Stress is a part of life, but that doesn't mean it should control your life. The first step to managing it is identifying exactly what causes you to feel tense or overwhelmed each day. By naming your stressors, you create the awareness needed to regain control over your emotions and reactions. Work often tops the list of daily stressors. Tight deadlines, heavy workloads, or challenging coworkers can make your day feel like a never-ending race. Recognizing which part of your job causes the most stress, whether it's an unorganized schedule or unclear tasks, helps you focus on solutions rather than letting anxiety build. Stressors can also creep in through technology. Constant notifications, a flooded email inbox, and social media comparisons can pile on invisible pressure. Identifying which digital habits increase your stress allows you to set boundaries, such as turning off unnecessary alerts or designating tech-free periods. Your living environment matters more than you might think. A messy or chaotic space can overload your senses, adding unnecessary tension. On the other hand, a tidy, organized area feels welcoming and calm. If you notice stress creeping in at home, start by simplifying your surroundings. Relationships, whether at home or with friends, can also trigger stress. Disagreements, miscommunication, or the fear of judgment can weigh on your mind. Pinpointing which interactions or misunderstandings cause tension helps you address them with clarity and understanding rather than letting conflict linger. Even everyday routines can become silent stressors. Rushing through your morning, skipping meals, or not getting enough sleep can drain your energy and patience. Identifying these patterns of neglect and making small adjustments, like preparing breakfast the night before or setting an earlier bedtime, can significantly reduce daily pressure. Fear of missing out, FOMO, can be an unexpected stressor. Worrying about not being involved in every event or opportunity can create unnecessary anxiety. Recognizing this feeling helps shift your mindset toward gratitude for what you have instead of obsessing over what you might be missing. Money issues, big or small, often weigh heavily on the mind. Concerns about bills, unexpected expenses, or future financial goals can create a constant undercurrent of worry. Understanding the root of your financial stress, whether it's a lack of budgeting, high expenses, or job uncertainty, allows you to take concrete steps to ease this burden. Health worries can also silently stress you out. Ignoring symptoms or feeling guilty about not exercising can breed anxiety. Identifying these concerns and seeking professional help, or developing a realistic fitness plan, transforms stress into motivation for better self-care. Sometimes the biggest stressor is your own self-talk. Negative thoughts, harsh self-criticism, or the pressure to be perfect create internal stress. Becoming aware of these patterns allows you to challenge and replace them with kinder, more encouraging words. Time management is another hidden source of stress. If you constantly feel rushed or like there aren't enough hours in the day, you may be taking on too many commitments. Identifying which tasks are truly essential and which can wait helps you reclaim your time and mental space. Lastly, unexpected events like car troubles or sudden schedule changes can catch you off guard. While you can't predict every curveball life throws, recognizing that surprises are a part of daily life helps you mentally prepare. Flexibility and a sense of humor go a long way in managing these stressors. Identifying stressors is about shining a light on what's weighing you down. Once you name them, you can decide how to respond. You stop being a victim of stress and start becoming a problem solver. This mindset shift takes you from feeling overwhelmed to feeling in charge, laying the groundwork for a calmer, more positive life. Cultivating a peaceful mindset. A peaceful mindset begins with the choice to seek calmness, even when chaos surrounds you. Instead of trying to eliminate all stress from your life, focus on creating an inner anchor. a steady core that remains quiet and centered. This anchor gives you a place to return to each time life's demands pull you in different directions, reminding you that serenity can exist even in the busiest days. Before you can truly cultivate peace, it helps to recognize what keeps disturbing your mind. It might be constant notifications on your phone, a swirling to-do list, or worries about tomorrow's tasks. By identifying these triggers, you can gently reduce their influence, easing the weight they place on your thoughts. This small but purposeful step frees space in your mind for moments of calm. Once you find those moments of calm, protect them. It might be a few minutes in the morning to sip your coffee in stillness, or a brief walk before bedtime to let the day's tensions drift away. These little rituals serve as reminders to your mind that it doesn't have to race all the time. They become your daily pockets of peace, scattered throughout your schedule. Mindfulness practices are a powerful tool in cultivating calm. Focusing your attention on the present moment, your breath, the textures you feel, or the sounds around you, stops your thoughts from chasing past regrets or future anxieties. As you develop this skill, even simple tasks like washing dishes or taking a shower can become grounding experiences that settle your mind. Developing a peaceful mindset also means learning to let go of the need to control everything. Life has its rhythms and surprises, and trying to micromanage every detail often leads to frustration. Embracing uncertainty, accepting that you can't always predict outcomes, can be oddly freeing. It allows you to direct your energy toward what you can handle in the present rather than worrying about the unknown. Kindness toward yourself is crucial. It's all too easy to be our own harshest critics, berating ourselves for small mistakes or unmet expectations. This internal pressure chips away at peace. Replacing self-judgment with patience and self-compassion reminds us that being calm starts with how we treat ourselves. A gentle, forgiving attitude toward our own stumbles sets the tone for a calmer mind. Positive thinking isn't about ignoring problems. It's about giving your mind the optimism it needs to handle them. When challenges arise, you can still acknowledge difficulties while believing in your ability to overcome them. This uplifting perspective doesn't deny reality. It helps you face it with clarity and determination instead of panic. Create moments of stillness in a busy day. At lunchtime, shut your laptop for 5 minutes and gaze out a window, allowing your mind to breathe. These mini breaks act as mental resets, pulling you back from the edge of stress. They remind you that tranquility is always accessible if you pause long enough to let it in. Balancing your environment also supports a peaceful mindset. If your surroundings are noisy or chaotic, it can stir up restlessness. Sometimes peace blooms from simple changes, tidying your workspace, organizing your desk, or playing soft music in the background. These small environmental tweaks encourage your mind to settle and focus. Gratitude is a gentle but effective way to cultivate peace. When life feels turbulent, take a moment to note the small blessings or achievements you might otherwise overlook. This shift in focus from what's going wrong to what's going right grounds you in positivity. It doesn't solve every problem, but it deflates anxiety and opens the door to calm thinking. Guard your energy with boundaries. Whether it's turning off your phone after a certain hour or declining extra commitments when your schedule is full, boundaries help you protect your mental space. By saying no to distractions, you say yes to the calm and clarity that come from a less cluttered life. Emotional resilience plays a big role in maintaining peace. When unexpected disappointments arise, resilience lets you bounce back instead of crumbling under stress. Each challenge you overcome adds to a mental toolkit that prepares you for future difficulties. Calmness then becomes less about avoiding stress and more about handling it gracefully. A peaceful mindset flourishes when your daily choices align with your deeper values. When your actions reflect who you want to be, your mind finds less room for turmoil and stress. Embracing uncertainty, letting go of past mistakes, and finding joy in small moments all contribute to a life filled with inner tranquility. Eventually, cultivating peace isn't just about coping with life's storms, it's about embracing the entire journey. When your mind becomes a sanctuary of calm, no matter the chaos outside, you are on the path to a more balanced, fulfilling life. Chapter 3: Cultivating a Peaceful Mindset. A peaceful mindset begins with the choice to seek calmness, even when chaos surrounds us. Instead of trying to eliminate all stress, we can focus on creating an inner anchor, a steady core that remains centered and quiet. This anchor becomes a place of refuge when life's demands pull us in different directions, reminding us that serenity can exist even in the busiest days. Before we can truly cultivate peace, it helps to recognize what keeps disturbing our minds. It could be constant notifications on our phones, an overwhelming to-do list, or worries about tomorrow's tasks. By identifying these triggers, we can gently reduce their influence, easing the weight they place on our thoughts. This small but purposeful step frees space in our minds for moments of calm. Once we find those moments of calm, we must protect them. It might be a few minutes in the morning to sip coffee in stillness, or a brief walk before bedtime to let the day's tensions drift away. These little rituals serve as reminders that our minds don't have to race all the time. They become daily pockets of peace scattered throughout our schedules. Mindfulness practices are powerful aids in cultivating calm. Focusing our attention on the present moment, our breath, the textures we feel, or the sounds around us, stops our thoughts from chasing past regrets or future anxieties. As we develop this skill, even simple tasks like washing dishes or taking a shower can become grounding experiences that settle the mind. Developing a peaceful mindset also means learning to let go of the need to control everything. Life has its own rhythms and surprises, and trying to micromanage every detail often leads to frustration. Embracing uncertainty and accepting that we can't always predict outcomes can be oddly freeing. It allows us to direct our energy toward what we can handle in the present, rather than worrying about the unknown. Kindness toward ourselves is crucial. It's easy to be our own harshest critics, berating ourselves for small mistakes or unmet expectations. But this internal pressure chips away at peace. Replacing self-judgment with patience and self-compassion reminds us that being calm starts with how we treat ourselves. A gentle, forgiving attitude toward our own stumbles sets the tone for a calmer mind. Positive thinking isn't about ignoring problems. It's about giving our minds the optimism they need to handle them. When challenges arise, we can acknowledge difficulties while believing in our ability to overcome them. This uplifting perspective doesn't deny reality. It helps us face it with clarity and determination instead of panic. Creating moments of stillness throughout the day can help maintain inner peace. At lunchtime, shutting our laptops for 5 minutes and gazing out a window allows our minds to breathe. These mini breaks act as mental resets, pulling us back from the edge of stress. They remind us that tranquility is always accessible if we pause long enough to let it in. Balancing our environment also supports a peaceful mindset. Noisy or chaotic surroundings can stir up restlessness inside us. Sometimes peace blooms from simple changes, tidying our workspace, organizing our desk, or playing soft music in the background. These small environmental tweaks encourage our minds to settle and focus. Gratitude is a gentle but effective way to cultivate peace. When life feels turbulent, taking a moment to acknowledge small blessings or achievements can shift our focus from what's going wrong to what's going right. This practice doesn't solve every problem, but it deflates anxiety and opens the door to calm thinking. Setting boundaries helps guard our energy. Turning off our phones after a certain hour or declining extra commitments when our schedule is full protects our mental space. Saying no sometimes allows us to say yes to the calm and clarity that come from a less cluttered life. Emotional resilience plays a big role in maintaining peace. When unexpected disappointments arise, resilience allows us to bounce back rather than crumble under stress. Each challenge we overcome adds to a mental toolkit that prepares us for the next wave of difficulties. Calmness becomes less about avoiding stress and more about handling it gracefully. Forgiving ourselves for past mistakes also lightens the mental load. Many people carry guilt or resentment over things they cannot change, which continually disrupts their peace. Recognizing that we can't rewrite history but can learn from it frees us to move forward without emotional baggage. A peaceful mindset flourishes when our daily choices align with our deeper values. Whether we value integrity, kindness, or creativity, living in harmony with those principles removes inner conflict. When our actions reflect who we want to be, our minds have less room for turmoil and stress. Establishing a healthy relationship with uncertainty is vital. Life's path can twist unexpectedly, and resisting that reality only creates frustration. Cultivating peace involves adapting to changes as they come, improvising when plans fail, and trusting our resourcefulness to find new solutions. Keeping humor alive is another powerful tool. Even small doses of laughter can dissolve tension and remind us that not every setback is a disaster. Sharing a light moment or reading something amusing can break the seriousness of challenging days and bring a refreshing wave of calmness. Investing in physical well-being supports mental calm. Adequate sleep, regular exercise, and nutritious food may seem mundane, but they anchor our minds in stability. A well-cared-for body is less prone to mood swings and more open to the peace we seek. Meaningful communication also plays a role in maintaining peace. Speaking honestly and listening attentively reduce misunderstandings that can escalate stress. Clarity in words prevents small conflicts from blowing up into major issues that disrupt our mental ease. Viewing setbacks as lessons rather than punishments is key. When things go wrong, it doesn't have to rob us of our calm. Instead, we can see each hiccup as a puzzle piece in the bigger picture of our growth. Shifting from frustration to curiosity infuses our experiences with a calm, constructive energy. Ultimately, cultivating a peaceful mindset isn't just about coping with life's storms. It's about embracing the entire journey. It's about recognizing that our minds can be a sanctuary of calm, no matter the chaos outside. Each moment spent nurturing inner peace brings us closer to the balanced, positive life we deserve. Chapter 4: Reframing Challenges into Opportunities. Reframing challenges into opportunities means shifting your perspective from seeing problems as roadblocks to viewing them as doorways to growth. This approach doesn't magically erase life's difficulties. It transforms how you respond to them. Instead of feeling stuck, you gain a sense of purpose in adversity, understanding that each obstacle shapes your resilience and character. When you reframe a challenge, you start asking new questions. What can I learn from this? Or, how does this hardship push me to grow? Rather than focusing on discomfort, you look for lessons and potential benefits. This shift in mindset keeps you proactive and solution-oriented, even when facing unexpected or overwhelming situations. Challenges often reveal hidden strengths you didn't realize you had. You might discover that you're more adaptable or creative than you gave yourself credit for. Without the pressure and necessity birthed by a challenge, you might never have explored these abilities. In that sense, hurdles become catalysts for self-discovery, forcing you to tap into talents that have long remained dormant within you. Reframing doesn't ignore the pain or frustration that comes with tough circumstances. It acknowledges them while steering you toward growth. You grant yourself space to feel disappointed or anxious, but you quickly pivot to seeking solutions or new perspectives. This balance allows you to honor your emotions without letting them define your entire experience. One powerful result of reframing is the boost in self-confidence that follows a conquered challenge. Every time you overcome an obstacle, you compile evidence that you're capable of handling more than you once believed. This inner proof translates into greater faith in your ability to rise above future difficulties, strengthening your overall optimism. When you see challenges as opportunities, you allow curiosity to replace fear. Curiosity invites you to explore, ask questions, and experiment with different approaches. In moments when worry could paralyze you, curiosity sparks ideas and potential paths forward. You realize that uncertainty can be an adventure rather than a threat. Reframing helps prevent a downward spiral of negative thinking. Instead of catastrophizing or ruminating on worst-case scenarios, you shift your focus to what's possible. This optimism doesn't deny reality. It enhances your problem-solving capacity by directing your mental energy toward realistic, constructive steps. Personal growth thrives under pressure. Challenging experiences refine traits like patience, empathy, and perseverance in ways that easy times rarely do. While comfort keeps you content, discomfort fuels innovation and transformation. By reframing, you harness that discomfort for personal evolution instead of letting it erode your well-being. Resilience deepens when you consistently view problems as chances to learn. Each solved problem paves the way for handling future obstacles with confidence. Rather than dreading new challenges, you might even come to welcome them as tests that sharpen your skills and clarify your goals. Challenges often illuminate areas of life that need rethinking or adjustment. A financial setback might highlight the need for better budgeting. A conflict at work might reveal weaknesses in communication or time management. By reframing challenges, you find clarity in chaos, creating targeted improvements that yield long-term rewards. Reframing challenges also fosters greater empathy. When you've had to conquer hardships, you become more understanding of others facing similar struggles. This empathy doesn't just help others feel supported, it enriches your own life by fostering connections grounded in compassion and shared experiences. Success stories worldwide often begin with significant challenges, failures that led to breakthroughs or losses that sparked renewed determination. By recognizing that your struggle might be the foundation of your future triumph, you cultivate hope. Each roadblock transforms into a stepping stone, propelling you forward and making the path meaningful, even if it's rugged. Viewing challenges as opportunities lessens the weight of perfectionism. Challenges disrupt plans, ensuring that you can't cling too tightly to ideals of flawlessness. This disruption frees you to focus on improving and adapting rather than fixating on unattainable standards. The process becomes more about growth than perfection. Keeping an open mind is crucial for reframing challenges. Sometimes, solutions or benefits arise from unexpected places. You might discover an alternate career path, forge new relationships, or stumble upon a talent you never knew you possessed. Openness to possibility expands your horizons, turning what once seemed problematic into an invitation to explore. Reframing also teaches patience. Solutions aren't always immediate, and some challenges require incremental progress. Understanding that each small step is progress relieves the burden of urgency, allowing you to celebrate victories, however small, along the way. This patient approach keeps frustration in check while fueling consistent forward motion. Another advantage of reframing is improved emotional health. When you tackle obstacles through a lens of opportunity, negative emotions like anger or despair have less control over you. That doesn't mean you won't feel them. It means you won't be defined by them. Your focus stays on tangible steps that promote healing and growth. Leaning on supportive people is part of reframing challenges. Sharing your situation and receiving insights from friends or mentors can spark ideas you wouldn't have considered alone. Their perspectives enrich your strategy for overcoming hurdles, and your openness to help accelerates the reframing process, reinforcing that challenges don't have to be faced in isolation. Innovation flourishes when you're forced to navigate difficulties. Reframing encourages you to think creatively, testing alternative paths and strategies. Much like a problem-solving puzzle, the challenge becomes a playground for experimenting with new techniques, leading to results that might surpass your original plans. Reframing big challenges also benefits from dividing them into smaller, manageable tasks. By focusing on step-by-step progress, you reduce overwhelm and gather momentum. Each small success reaffirms the idea that the larger hurdle is surmountable. The journey becomes a series of reachable goals rather than an intimidating monolith. Ultimately, reframing challenges into opportunities is an exercise in empowerment. It shifts you from feeling victimized by circumstances to actively shaping your destiny. Rather than waiting for conditions to improve on their own, you become the force that transforms adversity into advantage, uncovering strengths and achievements you might never have discovered otherwise. Chapter 5: The Art of Patience and Perspective. Patience is not merely about waiting, it's about how you handle yourself during the wait. Many people view patience as passive, but true patience is a quiet strength, a deliberate choice to remain calm and present even when life presses you for immediate answers or results. It is the willingness to trust the natural pace of events while continuing to make steady efforts. Perspective, on the other hand, is the lens through which you view your circumstances. When your perspective is narrow, problems can appear overwhelming. However, expanding your viewpoint, seeking the bigger picture or the lessons within each trial, often reveals that difficulties are just one part of a much larger story. Together, patience and perspective form a powerful duo, guiding you through challenges with clarity and calmness. Practicing patience often starts with accepting that some things are simply out of your control. If you plant a seed, you can't force it to sprout overnight. The seed requires time, sunlight, and water to grow. Similarly, many processes in life demand periods of rest and development before they bear fruit. Recognizing this natural rhythm can ease the urge for instant results. Perspective is shaped by the questions you ask. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What can I learn from this?" Or, "Where might this lead me if I remain open-minded?" These shifts in inquiry lead to a deeper understanding of your challenges, turning anxious moments into opportunities for growth and reflection. Patience also helps manage stress. When you resist the urge to rush or force an outcome, you reduce the tension you create for yourself. Pausing to breathe before reacting to unexpected news or setbacks allows you to gather your thoughts. It is often in these small, calm pauses that clearer solutions emerge. Perspective keeps emotions in check. Problems can feel enormous in the heat of the moment, but stepping back to see the bigger picture reveals that many issues are temporary or solvable. This viewpoint doesn't diminish difficulties. It ensures they don't overshadow the progress you've already made or the possibilities that still lie ahead. Maintaining patience and perspective can also strengthen relationships. In times of conflict or misunderstanding, rushing to speak or judge can escalate tensions. A little patience, listening more than talking, waiting to respond until emotions settle, allows for more thoughtful communication. Likewise, perspective reminds you that everyone has their own struggles and viewpoints, fostering empathy and compassion. When you embrace the art of patience, you cultivate a steady confidence in your life. Rather than being tossed around by every wave of circumstance, you stand firm, trusting your ability to adapt and grow. This confidence isn't about stubbornness or inaction, it's about choosing your battles wisely and acting with purpose. Perspective also helps you recognize hidden blessings. Trials often redirect you toward better paths or reveal strengths you didn't know you had. Looking back, what once seemed like a setback may turn out to be a turning point toward a richer, more meaningful direction. This realization encourages you to remain patient during tough seasons. Practicing patience doesn't mean neglecting action. Rather, it means aligning your actions with the right timing. Sometimes you're ready to move forward. Other times you need to gather more information or allow circumstances to unfold. This sense of timing, guided by perspective, ensures that you invest your energy wisely, not just quickly. Perspective broadens your horizons. When you step outside your immediate worries, you may realize there's more to the situation, new angles, alternative paths, or insights you've overlooked. This broader thinking diffuses panic and restores balance, allowing you to move forward with a grounded sense of purpose. The art of patience and perspective isn't mastered overnight. It comes through repeated practice, trial and error, and moments of honest self-reflection. Learning to forgive your own impatience or short-sightedness is part of the process. Each attempt to remain calm and see the bigger picture adds another layer of wisdom to your life. One way to cultivate patience is through small daily habits. Waiting a few extra moments before responding in a tense conversation, or allowing extra time in your schedule for unforeseen delays. Over time, these efforts accumulate, training your mind to remain poised under stress. Similarly, refining your perspective happens through curiosity. When faced with a problem, ask questions that expand your view. What led to this? Who else is affected? What could the long-term outcome be? These questions shift your focus from immediate frustration to broader insight. In difficult times, perspective helps you weigh short-term pain against long-term gain. Perhaps enduring a challenge now sets you up for a brighter future. Patience supports you through that period of uncertainty, reminding you not to give up before the rewards have a chance to blossom. Both patience and perspective contribute to resilience. By practicing them, you develop the mental strength to endure life's inevitable storms. You realize that everything has its season, and just as storms pass, so do troubles. This resilience, born from calm reflection and steady perseverance, keeps you grounded when others might falter. It is often during the hardest trials that patience and perspective shine the brightest. When life tests your resolve, these tools help you maintain hope, trusting that with time and clarity, a solution will emerge, or at the very least, a deeper understanding of the situation. This approach prevents despair from taking root. The art of patience and perspective also enriches relationships. Instead of rushing to judge or react, you pause to consider others' viewpoints, acknowledging that their experiences shape their actions. This awareness fosters empathy, reducing conflict and promoting unity in shared challenges. Embracing patience allows you to honor your natural pace. Everyone's journey is unique, and comparison only breeds unnecessary frustration. Perspective reminds you that someone else's timeline doesn't diminish your own progress or potential. Your season of growth will come at the right time. When patience and perspective are cultivated together, they create a powerful blend of calm, realism, and forward momentum. You don't shy away from difficulties. You engage with them more wisely. Over time, this balance between action and restraint becomes second nature, guiding you gracefully through life's most pressing demands. In the end, the art of patience and perspective offers a path to deeper contentment. By accepting life's pace and trusting its natural ebb and flow, you free yourself from the anxiety of trying to control every outcome. This newfound serenity doesn't mean life becomes simple, but it does mean you face every challenge with a steady heart and a thoughtful mind, ready to learn, adapt, and carry on. Chapter 6: Building Emotional Resilience. Emotional resilience is the inner strength that helps you bounce back from life's storms. It isn't about avoiding pain or disappointment. Rather, it's the capacity to face challenges with courage and flexibility. When you develop emotional resilience, you learn to adapt and thrive despite setbacks, discovering a well of calm that carries you through trying times. One of the first steps in building emotional resilience is recognizing that difficulties are a normal part of life. Everyone faces hardships, and expecting constant smooth sailing only sets you up for frustration. Embracing the reality of both good and bad times prepares you mentally for life's natural ups and downs. Self-awareness lays a strong foundation for emotional resilience. Paying attention to your reactions, triggers, and stress signals allows you to catch rising tension early. The more you understand your emotional patterns, the quicker you can respond calmly, instead of letting frustration or sadness spiral out of control. Small daily acts of self-care also contribute to resilience. Whether it's a brief walk outside, a favorite hobby, or a few quiet moments of reflection, these simple habits recharge your mental batteries. Caring for your emotional needs consistently prevents stress from accumulating until it becomes overwhelming. Practicing mindfulness helps you stay present when pressure builds. Rather than letting anxieties about the past or future consume you, mindfulness anchors you in the now. This awareness keeps you from being swept away by worries that might never come to pass, grounding you in a calmer state of mind. Building a support network strengthens resilience as well. Friends, family, and mentors who listen without judgment provide a safe space to process emotions. Their encouragement serves as a powerful reminder that you're not alone, easing the isolation that tough circumstances sometimes create. Emotional resilience also grows when you learn to reframe your perspective. Viewing setbacks as lessons rather than failures transforms challenges into stepping stones for personal development. Each difficult experience becomes a chance to refine your coping skills and deepen your self-understanding. Establishing healthy boundaries is another key to resilient living. Overcommitting or taking on others' problems can lead to emotional exhaustion. Recognizing your limits and respectfully declining certain requests not only preserves your mental energy, but also affirms your self-worth. When faced with adversity, self-compassion serves as a protective shield for your emotions. Treat yourself as you would a dear friend, offering patience and understanding rather than harsh criticism. This kinder approach helps you heal faster from emotional wounds and maintain a level-headed view of your challenges. Focus on what you can control instead of fixating on what you can't. Life is unpredictable, and devoting energy to uncontrollable events drains your spirit. By centering your efforts on your own actions and responses, you empower yourself to find solutions and minimize anxiety over the unknown. Emotional resilience benefits from routine reflection. Take time to assess your mental well-being, celebrate small wins, and acknowledge stressors. This periodic check-in helps you spot patterns in your emotional reactions, prompting earlier adjustments before negativity takes hold. Building resilience also involves setting realistic expectations. Perfectionism can be a trap, leading to constant self-criticism when things don't go flawlessly. Embracing imperfection allows you to recover from mistakes more easily. Maintaining a balanced outlook instead of spiraling into blame or regret. Sometimes, facing your fears head-on can strengthen emotional resilience. Gradually exposing yourself to uncomfortable situations, like a challenging conversation or a new social setting, shows you that discomfort is survivable. Each small victory over apprehension reinforces your belief in your ability to cope. Another helpful practice is gratitude. Reminding yourself of what's going well or what you appreciate about your life fosters a sense of hope, even in adversity. This shift in focus from what's missing to what's present cultivates emotional security and contentment. Physical health also intertwines with emotional resilience. Regular exercise, adequate sleep, and a nourishing diet reduce stress hormones, boost mood, and keep your mind clear. When your body feels healthy, it's easier to remain calm and emotionally steady in the face of challenges. Avoiding toxic comparisons contributes to emotional resilience. Measuring your progress against someone else's journey can breed envy or discouragement. Remember that everyone's path is unique. Focus on your own growth, and you'll find greater peace and satisfaction in where you stand. Overcoming emotional hurdles often requires trying new coping strategies. Whether it's journaling your thoughts, experimenting with relaxation techniques, or seeking professional guidance, these efforts expand your toolbox for handling stress. Each new method you practice enriches your capacity to rebound quickly. Resilience thrives when you embrace change as part of life. Clinging tightly to old routines or avoiding all risks can stunt personal growth. by welcoming change, even when it's uncomfortable. You grant yourself the flexibility to adapt gracefully, refining your ability to remain composed under shifting circumstances. Cultivating a growth mindset ties directly into emotional resilience. Instead of labeling yourself or your abilities as fixed, recognize your potential for continuous improvement. When you believe you can learn new skills or recover from setbacks, you're more likely to persevere in tough situations without giving in to defeatist thinking. Lastly, practicing forgiveness, both inwardly and outwardly, allows you to release lingering negative emotions. Holding on to grudges or self-blame weighs heavily on the heart, hampering emotional recovery. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It means freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. Developing emotional resilience is a lifelong journey, not a single destination. Each time you endure hardship and emerge stronger, you reinforce the belief that no matter what comes your way, you have the inner resources to handle it. By learning to stay steady through life's turbulence, you create a solid foundation for lasting peace and positivity. Chapter 7: Mindful Communication. Mindful communication isn't just about talking, it's also about listening. Truly hearing what others have to say and responding with clarity creates a balanced exchange where each word, pause, and gesture is chosen carefully. This ensures that conversations remain respectful and productive. By being mindful, you engage with people from a place of understanding rather than reacting on autopilot. One of the first principles of mindful communication is slowing down. In a rush to make a point or defend yourself, you might speak hastily, missing the nuances of the other person's perspective. Pausing before you respond allows you to process what was said, reflect on your emotional state, and choose words that are thoughtful instead of impulsive. Active listening is essential. Instead of formulating your response mid-conversation, focus on absorbing every detail of the other person's words, tone, and even body language. This attentiveness not only helps you grasp their point more fully, but also shows them respect, which can diffuse tension and lead to more open dialogue. Mindful communication also means understanding your own triggers. If certain phrases or attitudes make you defensive or upset, awareness of these triggers helps you remain calm. By identifying what sets you off, you can take a breath, ground yourself, and respond in a collected manner instead of reacting with anger or frustration. Respect for boundaries is another key aspect of mindful conversation. Everyone has sensitive topics that may be off limits or require gentle handling. Being mindful means picking up on cues that indicate someone's comfort level. When you notice signs of unease, a quick check-in can prevent misunderstandings or conflicts from brewing. Choosing your words carefully can be transformative. Language is powerful. It can either build bridges or create walls. Replacing accusatory phrases with more neutral, solution-focused expressions allows for more constructive conversations. For instance, instead of saying, "You always do this," try, "I've noticed this happening lately. How can we fix it?" Nonverbal signals are just as vital as the words you say. Eye contact conveys attention and sincerity, while a calm posture shows openness. If your arms are crossed or your eyes dart around, people might sense that you're disinterested or defensive. Mindful communication involves aligning your body language with the positive intent of your words. Empathy plays a central role in mindful communication. Putting yourself in another person's shoes allows you to understand their feelings and motivations, even if you don't agree. Acknowledging their viewpoint promotes a respectful atmosphere, diffuses tension, encourages collaboration, and strengthens trust. Mindful communicators also recognize that silence isn't necessarily a bad thing in conversation. Small pauses allow everyone time to think and give you a chance to regulate your emotions. These moments of quiet can lead to deeper insights and kinder responses. Instead of rushing to fill every silence, let it breathe. Setting intentions before a conversation can guide you toward a calm, purposeful exchange. If you approach a dialogue with the intent to understand rather than to win, you naturally listen more and judge less. This shift in intention transforms arguments into discussions that solve problems or clarify misunderstandings. Reflecting on conversations afterward is a powerful way to refine your communication skills. Ask yourself which parts went well and which moments felt tense. Were there times you interrupted, got defensive, or zoned out? Identifying these patterns helps you correct them in future interactions, steadily improving the way you communicate. Mindful communication also thrives on honesty and clarity. It's tempting to dodge issues or sugarcoat truths to avoid conflict, but clarity, when spoken with kindness, often leads to real solutions and reduces confusion. People appreciate straightforwardness when it's delivered with respect for their feelings and point of view. One challenge is handling disagreements gracefully. In mindful communication, a disagreement doesn't have to escalate into conflict. By focusing on the shared goal of understanding rather than winning, you keep disagreements healthy. This approach allows you to walk away from tough conversations with mutual respect intact. It helps to remember that communication is a two-way street. If you notice you're the one doing most of the talking, pause and invite the other person to share. Questions like, "How do you see this situation?" or "What are your thoughts?" not only show respect, but also create balance in the conversation. Apologies are another part of mindful communication. Admitting when you've made a mistake or said something hurtful takes humility, yet it also paves the way for healing and progress. A sincere apology acknowledges the other person's feelings and reaffirms your commitment to keeping the conversation positive and respectful. Mindful communication extends to written forms as well. Text messages and emails can lead to misunderstandings because tone doesn't always carry over. Pausing to review your words, considering how they might be interpreted, and adding warmth where needed can prevent accidental offense or confusion. Growth in communication habits takes time and practice. You might slip up, say something you regret, or fail to listen as closely as you'd like. Rather than getting discouraged, use these moments as stepping stones. Each small improvement solidifies your path toward more thoughtful, composed conversations. Listening to feedback from others can sharpen your skills even further. If someone points out that you interrupt often or jump to conclusions, view it as a learning opportunity rather than an attack. Constructive criticism, when taken seriously, helps you break unproductive patterns and strengthen mindful communication habits. Sometimes external stress bleeds into conversations. Learning to compartmentalize is a vital skill. If work is overwhelming, try not to bring that tension into a personal discussion, and vice versa. By consciously separating different areas of your life, you maintain a clearer, calmer mindset in each context. Mindful communication also involves respecting cultural or personal differences in communication styles. One person might be more direct, while another is more subtle. Recognizing these differences reduces the risk of misunderstanding and demonstrates genuine curiosity and respect for how others prefer to share their thoughts. Ultimately, mindful communication is about building bridges of understanding rather than walls of defensiveness. It is a practice that evolves with each conversation, teaching you to handle disagreements kindly, absorb the emotions behind someone's words, and share your own thoughts with clarity and compassion. Over time, these skills become second nature, helping you forge deeper connections and smoother interactions in every aspect of life. Chapter 8: Finding Optimism During Hard Times. Optimism isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about choosing hope when life feels overwhelming. In difficult moments, negativity can flood the mind, leading to despair. Finding optimism means intentionally searching for light in the darkness, the glimmer of possibility when obstacles seem insurmountable. One powerful way to spark optimism is by acknowledging small victories. These triumphs may be as simple as completing a task earlier than expected, or receiving a few encouraging words from someone who cares. Celebrating these wins helps maintain focus on what's going right, even when larger challenges remain unsolved. Reminding ourselves that tough times don't last forever fosters a sense of hope. History, both personal and global, is full of examples where dire situations eventually gave way to better days. Understanding that hardship is usually temporary shifts the mindset from despair to patience and perseverance. A strong support system of friends, family, or mentors can provide a lifeline to optimism. Sharing worries with those who listen without judgment eases emotional burdens. Their perspectives, shaped by different experiences, may reveal solutions or silver linings we might have overlooked on our own. Practicing gratitude further nourishes optimism. Even when life feels like it's falling apart, there's always something, no matter how small, to be thankful for. A supportive friend, a comfortable place to rest, or simply waking up to a new day can be sources of gratitude. Acknowledging these positives prevents the spirit from sinking too deep into sorrow. Allowing moments of rest and reflection is essential during tough times. The pressure to fix everything at once can feel overwhelming. Taking a step back, breathing deeply, or engaging in calming activities prevents burnout and clears the mind for more hopeful thinking. Optimism often comes from reframing problems into challenges that can be tackled. A setback isn't the end. It's an opportunity to adjust, learn, and grow. Seeing difficulties as part of a journey fosters a forward-looking attitude rather than getting stuck in frustration. Stories of others who have overcome adversity can ignite optimism. Whether it's a historical figure who persevered against overwhelming odds, or a friend who found strength after tragedy, Real-life triumphs serve as reminders that hope is not naive. It's a force that has transformed countless lives for the better. Focusing on solutions instead of dwelling on problems keeps energy constructive. While it's important to acknowledge difficulties, excessive rumination can amplify negativity. Shifting attention to actionable steps transforms powerlessness into proactive effort. Learning something new during tough seasons can also restore a sense of progress. Expanding knowledge or developing a new skill builds resilience and reinforces the idea that growth is always possible. Practicing self-compassion is crucial when struggling to stay optimistic. Feeling low or uncertain doesn't mean failure. Accepting that it's okay to not be okay all the time allows emotions to be processed without letting them define us. This gentle acceptance encourages a return to a more hopeful outlook. Optimism doesn't erase hardships, but it reshapes how they are handled. Choosing to see adversity as temporary directs actions toward improvement rather than despair. This inner determination propels forward movement even when the journey feels steep. Sometimes, affirmations can reinforce a hopeful mindset. Simple reminders like, "I will find a way," or "This challenge won't last forever," anchor thoughts in possibility. Repeating these phrases during stressful moments keeps the flicker of optimism alive, guiding us through the storm. Reflecting on past challenges that were overcome is a powerful way to rebuild hope. Remembering times when it felt impossible to move forward, but progress was made, serves as proof of resilience. Every solved problem and conquered fear is a testament to our ability to endure. Filling the day with positive inputs, uplifting music, inspiring stories, peaceful walks, helps maintain an optimistic baseline. While staying informed is important, constant exposure to negativity can drain morale. Balancing reality with sources of encouragement restores emotional equilibrium. Maintaining a routine fosters stability, which indirectly supports optimism. A consistent sleep schedule, regular meals, and structured work hours provide a sense of order when life feels unpredictable. These small anchors remind us that despite external chaos, internal stability is still possible. Seeing problems as temporary also helps prevent catastrophizing. While a crisis may feel endless, reminding ourselves, "I'm doing my best right now, and that's enough," can ease unnecessary pressure. This mental reframe pulls focus away from worst-case scenarios and redirects energy toward constructive action. Leaning into humor where appropriate can be a powerful tool. While serious issues shouldn't be dismissed, laughter provides relief, even if just for a moment. A light-hearted exchange or a funny story can dissolve tension and serve as a reminder that hope and joy are still within reach despite difficulties. Collaborating with others can also spark new ideas and shared optimism. Joining a support group, seeking mentorship, or working on a team project fosters a contagious sense of hope. Being surrounded by people who are also determined to overcome challenges reinforces the belief that solutions exist. Ultimately, finding optimism during hard times is an act of faith. Faith in ourselves, in the passing nature of challenges, and in the potential for better days ahead. It's not naive to believe in tomorrow's possibilities. It's courageous. Optimism allows us to keep moving forward, facing each day with the knowledge that adversity can transform into growth and light once we make it through the darkness. Chapter 9: Creating a Supportive Environment. A supportive environment serves as the fertile ground where personal growth, well-being, and goals can flourish. It's not just about having a tidy space or pleasant surroundings. It's about surrounding yourself with people, places, and routines that nurture your development and uplift your spirit. When you craft the right atmosphere, it becomes easier to sustain motivation, stay positive, and handle life's pressures with greater ease. Your immediate physical space plays a significant role in shaping your mindset. A cluttered environment can create mental chaos, making it difficult to focus or relax. On the other hand, a clean and organized space fosters calmness and clarity. Simple habits, like keeping your desk tidy, letting in fresh air, or adding a few plants, can subtly shift your mental state in a positive direction. People are another essential aspect of a supportive environment. Spend time with those who genuinely care about your progress and well-being. Their encouragement, empathy, and constructive feedback can fuel your self-belief, helping you push through doubts and obstacles. In contrast, people who consistently criticize, complain, or undermine your efforts can drain your energy and hinder growth. Setting emotional boundaries is key to building a supportive space. Recognizing when certain relationships or behaviors leave you feeling drained or stressed allows you to protect your emotional well-being. This may mean limiting time with negative influences, politely declining extra responsibilities, or seeking out friends who share a positive outlook on life. A supportive environment also offers opportunities for reflection and rest. Finding moments of quiet, whether in a cozy corner at home or a peaceful outdoor spot, allows you to clear your mind and recharge. Solitude fosters self-awareness, giving you the chance to process emotions and maintain a balanced perspective. Technology use significantly impacts the quality of your environment. Constant notifications and excessive screen time can be mentally exhausting. Setting device-free periods or turning off non-essential alerts reduces distractions and fosters a sense of calm. Creating these digital boundaries ensures that your attention stays on what truly matters instead of being pulled in multiple directions. Routines and rituals also play a role in creating a nurturing environment. Establishing a consistent pattern, such as waking up at a set time, reading daily, or engaging in regular exercise, brings structure and stability. These habits serve as anchors, helping you maintain balance even during stressful times. Supportive environments aren't always physical, they can be found online as well. Many people find motivation and encouragement through virtual communities that align with their interests and aspirations. Engaging with like-minded individuals in these spaces fosters a sense of belonging, but it's essential to be mindful of negativity or unhealthy comparisons. Seeking mentors or guides in fields you're passionate about can also enhance your environment. Whether through formal coaching or learning from experienced peers, mentors provide insights that help navigate challenges, set realistic goals, and align growth with personal values. Their guidance can become a cornerstone of your supportive space. Creative elements, such as music and art, also contribute to an uplifting environment. Playing an inspiring playlist or surrounding yourself with meaningful artwork can elevate your mood and motivation. These small aesthetic choices subtly shape your mindset, reinforcing positivity even on tough days. For those who have them, pets offer another layer of support. Their companionship reduces stress, fosters routine, and brings daily moments of joy. Pets encourage emotional connection, helping counter loneliness and providing comfort in challenging times. While not for everyone, animals can be a source of unconditional love and emotional stability. Learning how to say no is a vital skill in maintaining a supportive environment. Overcommitting to tasks or favors can add unnecessary stress and deplete your energy. By being selective with your commitments, you prioritize what truly matters and respect your own boundaries, ensuring that you don't stretch yourself too thin. A strong environment encourages healthy habits, such as regular exercise and balanced nutrition. Stocking your kitchen with wholesome foods and incorporating movement into your routine sends a message of self-care. Physical health directly impacts emotional well-being, reinforcing resilience and a positive mindset. Celebrating achievements within your environment can also boost motivation. Displaying reminders of past successes, a trophy, a certificate, or a heartfelt note of appreciation, serves as a visual affirmation of your capabilities. These small tokens reinforce confidence and inspire continued progress. Accountability is another powerful factor in a supportive environment. Partnering with friends or colleagues who share your goals creates a mutual support system. Checking in on each other's progress keeps motivation high and prevents isolation during difficult moments. An atmosphere of learning fuels continuous growth. Keeping books, articles, or online courses accessible makes it easy to cultivate knowledge and skills. A commitment to lifelong learning expands your perspective, preventing stagnation and reinforcing a mindset of curiosity and self-improvement. Being kind to yourself is another essential part of creating a supportive environment. Simple acts like placing encouraging sticky notes on your mirror, writing affirmations, or journaling can shape your inner dialogue. Self-compassion, reinforced by these external cues, fosters emotional stability and confidence. Consider the ambiance of your space. Soft lighting, pleasant scents, or a clutter-free desk can ease tension and improve your mood. Even small changes like rearranging furniture for better flow can create a fresh perspective and re-energize your approach to daily tasks. The media and entertainment you consume also shape your environment. Overexposure to negative news or toxic content can weigh on your mind. Balancing this with uplifting or educational material ensures that external negativity doesn't seep into your personal space and affect your outlook. Spiritual or reflective practices, such as prayer, meditation, or quiet contemplation, can serve as a grounding force. Creating a dedicated space for these practices signals a commitment to inner peace and provides a refuge for mental clarity and emotional renewal. Ultimately, a supportive environment is about harmony between yourself, the people around you, and the spaces where you spend your time. Through intentional choices and consistent boundaries, you can curate a life that nurtures both well-being and personal growth. Whether it's a cozy reading nook, a circle of encouraging friends, or a simplified daily routine, your environment directly influences your happiness and success. By mindfully shaping this environment, you set the stage for a more peaceful, driven, and fulfilling life. Chapter 10: Daily Habits for Calm and Positivity. Maintaining a calm and positive outlook in daily life often starts with the small things you do every day. It's not about drastic changes that happen overnight. Instead, true growth emerges from consistent, mindful actions. Each habit, no matter how minor it may seem, contributes to a stable foundation of peace and optimism. Making your morning routine intentional sets the tone for the entire day. Whether you spend a few moments stretching, journaling, or enjoying a peaceful cup of tea, this gentle start creates a sense of steadiness before the rush of daily tasks begins. Beginning your day with calmness helps you carry a more balanced mindset into everything you do. Visual reminders can keep your spirits lifted throughout the day. Some people place inspiring quotes near their workspace or set encouraging notes on their phone's lock screen. These simple cues ground you in positivity whenever stress or doubt tries to creep in, reminding you that calmness is always an option. Scheduling short breaks for deep breathing or brief walks can have a profound effect. In the midst of a busy schedule, pausing to breathe slowly or take a brisk stroll around the block allows your mind to reset. This mini reset calms the nervous system, reducing tension and restoring a sense of control over your day. Staying aware of your posture is another underrated habit. When you stand or sit upright, you send a signal of self-assurance to your mind. Slouching often reflects fatigue or defeat, so a simple shift in posture can spark a subtle boost in both energy and outlook, reinforcing confidence and composure. Committing to regular mindful eating is a habit that supports calmness. Instead of rushing through meals, try savoring each bite. This practice not only helps you enjoy food more, but also prevents overeating and reduces stress tied to hurried dining. By eating mindfully, you maintain a peaceful rhythm, even on the busiest days. Embracing gratitude as a regular practice can transform the way you experience life. Writing down 2 or 3 things you're grateful for each day resets your focus on the blessings around you, however small. This shift from lack to appreciation keeps you anchored in positivity, even when challenges arise. Setting boundaries around digital devices helps preserve mental clarity. For instance, turning off notifications during meals or designating an hour before bedtime as screen-free can shield you from unnecessary stress. The habit of disconnecting allows your mind to rest and fosters a deeper sense of presence in the real world. Carving out personal downtime is essential for maintaining emotional balance. Perhaps it's half an hour before bed spent reading a calming book or listening to soothing music. This self-care moment refuels your emotional reserves, preparing you to handle the next day's responsibilities with a composed perspective. Journaling is another valuable habit that nourishes calmness. Writing down worries, hopes, or reflections lightens the mental load. This process helps you gain clarity, break down large concerns into manageable pieces, and reaffirm your goals. Journaling consistently can be a quiet anchor of stability in a fast-paced life. Regular exercise is a cornerstone habit for sustaining positivity. Physical movement releases endorphins, the body's feel-good chemicals, reducing stress and boosting mood. Whether it's yoga, walking, dancing, or weightlifting, finding a form of exercise you enjoy turns it into a reliable source of mental refreshment. Consciously limiting negative input from media can shield your mindset. While staying informed is important, excessive exposure to gloomy news or toxic online discussions can erode positivity. Curate the information you consume, mixing in stories of achievement, hope, and progress to balance out heavier topics. Spending a few minutes each day practicing relaxation techniques, such as guided meditation or progressive muscle relaxation, deepens your sense of calm. These practices train your mind and body to identify and release tension, allowing you to remain more centered amidst daily pressures. Mindful communication is another daily habit that preserves calmness. Listening intently, pausing before responding, and choosing respectful words foster kinder interactions. By making conversations more thoughtful, you reduce conflict and nurture a supportive environment for yourself and those around you. Setting realistic goals for the day keeps you from feeling overwhelmed. Listing 1 or 2 essential tasks helps you focus on what truly matters rather than drowning in an endless to-do list. This habit teaches you to measure daily success by quality instead of quantity, reducing unnecessary stress. Actively seeking joy is a habit worth cultivating. It may involve playing a favorite playlist while cooking dinner or pausing to watch the sunset. Recognizing and celebrating these small, joyful moments counteracts the pull of negativity and strengthens your ability to maintain an optimistic outlook. End your day with reflection. A quick mental review of what went well and what could be improved leaves you with a sense of progress. This reflection doesn't need to be long or formal. Just a moment to honor your efforts, learn from any mistakes, and affirm your intention to keep striving for calm and positivity. Setting boundaries on your schedule bolsters your sense of tranquility. Avoid overbooking yourself or saying yes out of guilt when your plate is already full. By respecting your limits, you create space in your day for rest, spontaneity, or simple relaxation activities that restore mental harmony and positivity. Cultivating a habit of positive self-talk is vital. If you catch your thoughts spiraling into harsh criticism, reframe them. Encourage yourself the way you'd encourage a dear friend. This gentle, supportive inner voice becomes a source of reassurance, helping you remain calm through life's inevitable bumps. Remember to celebrate small personal victories. Whether it's finishing a book you started or completing a tricky work assignment, giving yourself credit for these achievements fosters self-esteem and positivity. This practice also trains your mind to look for progress instead of dwelling on shortcomings. Ultimately, daily habits are the building blocks of a peaceful, uplifting life. Each small routine, whether it's a moment of mindful breathing, a few words of gratitude, or a simple exercise break, steadies your spirit, makes calmness accessible, and paves the way for consistent positivity. Over time, these collective practices shape not just your days, but the overall direction of your life. Chapter 11: Staying Positive in the Face of Uncertainty. Staying positive when life feels unpredictable often depends on how you frame uncertainty in your mind. Instead of seeing it as a threat, you can recognize it as a space for possibility. Uncertainty may leave you feeling uneasy, but it also means things haven't been finalized yet. There's still room for your actions and choices to influence the outcome. The first step in remaining positive is acknowledging that uncertainty is a natural part of life. Even the most detailed plans can change due to circumstances beyond your control. Embracing the unknown instead of resisting it allows your mind to shift from panic to curiosity. You stop treating uncertainty as an enemy and start seeing it as an open door. It helps to focus on the aspects you can control. When something major is up in the air, pinpoint what concrete steps you can take each day to move forward. Whether it's learning a new skill or seeking expert advice, these actions reassure you that you're not simply drifting. They remind you that although you can't predict every outcome, you can guide your path in meaningful ways. A supportive network of friends or family can also sustain your positivity. Sharing concerns with someone who listens empathetically relieves mental tension and helps you process fears. In return, you gain fresh perspectives or possible solutions you hadn't considered. Hearing words of encouragement from a trusted person often lifts the fog of doubt. Practicing gratitude is another effective strategy. Even in unsettled times, there are likely small blessings or achievements to appreciate. Focusing on what's going right helps balance the stress of not knowing what's coming next. Gratitude acts as a gentle anchor, preventing anxious thoughts from spiraling unchecked. Creating a flexible plan allows you to handle uncertainty with more confidence. Instead of mapping out a rigid roadmap that might fail at the slightest change, try sketching a broader outline that can adapt to new developments. This approach keeps you proactive without locking you into a single course of action. Seek out small, reliable routines in your day-to-day life. Even if bigger things feel chaotic, a steady morning ritual or a nightly wind-down habit provides stability. These small anchors remind you that not everything is unpredictable and infuse calm into situations that may feel overwhelming. When negative thoughts creep in, ask yourself if they're rooted in fact or fear. Sometimes the mind jumps to worst-case scenarios that have little basis in reality. Evaluating these thoughts rationally helps you separate valid concerns from baseless worries, freeing up mental space for solutions rather than catastrophes. It's also important to stay aware of your body's signals. Uncertainty can trigger stress responses, tight shoulders, shallow breathing, or a racing heartbeat. Taking slow, deliberate breaths or stepping away for a brief stretch can alleviate that tension. By addressing these physical symptoms, you keep stress from overpowering your mind. Embrace the idea that uncertainty can lead to innovation. Many breakthroughs arise precisely because people had to think creatively when outcomes weren't guaranteed. Viewing unknown factors as invitations to explore fresh ideas or alternatives sparks a sense of excitement and opportunity. Another effective practice is learning from past experiences with uncertainty. Reflect on times you've navigated through doubts successfully. Recall how you adapted, grew, and eventually found clarity. These personal stories highlight your resilience, reinforcing the belief that you can handle today's challenges too. A balanced intake of news and social media is crucial. While staying informed is wise, excessive exposure to negative headlines and speculation can magnify worries. Setting boundaries around when and how you consume information ensures you remain aware without drowning in pessimism. Mindfulness practices such as short meditations or guided breathing help maintain perspective. By centering your attention on the present moment, you disrupt the cycle of what if worries. This renewed sense of calm enables you to respond to change thoughtfully rather than react in panic. Learning something new can be a powerful antidote to doubt. Focusing on acquiring a skill or deepening knowledge shifts your energy toward growth. Each step forward in learning demonstrates that you're still capable of progress, even in times of ambiguity. Embracing imperfection eases the burden of uncertainty. You don't have to know everything or perform flawlessly in every situation. Accepting that life's path may be winding or bumpy allows you to release unrealistic expectations and encourages self-compassion. Reward yourself for small accomplishments. Even a modest step toward dealing with the unknown, like sending an important email or organizing a crucial meeting, is worth celebrating. These self-affirming moments help maintain a sense of momentum, keeping positivity alive. Consider speaking with professionals, counselors, mentors, or coaches who can offer specialized insight. They may see options or coping strategies you've overlooked. An outside perspective often uncovers paths you never realized existed, fostering hope and calm amid uncertainty. Keeping a journal can also help. Writing down your concerns, observations, or potential outcomes brings clarity to vague worries. Once your thoughts are on paper, they're easier to analyze and address logically. This process transforms swirling anxieties into structured reflections and tangible plans. Live in the moment as best you can. While planning and caution have their places, overthinking what lies ahead can sabotage your peace. Focusing on tasks and joys in the present reminds you that life is still happening right now, not just in some distant future you can't control. Ultimately, staying positive in the face of uncertainty is about trusting yourself and the journey. You realize that chaos doesn't last forever, and that every challenge holds the potential for growth. By nurturing flexible plans, seeking support, and practicing patience, you equip yourself to face unknowns with steady resolve and a hopeful heart. Chapter 12. Sustaining Calmness and Optimism. Long term. Sustaining calmness and optimism over the long haul isn't about perfection. It's about steady practice. It's a daily commitment to protecting our peace of mind, showing up for ourselves with intention. By weaving small, mindful actions into our routine, we reinforce healthy habits that keep negativity at bay and nurture a lasting sense of hope. A strong foundation of self-care ensures we don't stray too far from our center. Regular sleep, balanced nutrition, and moderate exercise serve as the pillars of emotional stability. When the body is well rested and nourished, the mind is more capable of handling challenges without spiraling into overwhelm. Recognizing the difference between urgent and important tasks helps prevent burnout. While urgent tasks demand immediate attention, they aren't always aligned with our long-term well-being. Prioritizing wisely allows us to meet responsibilities without sacrificing restful moments that protect our optimism. Pacing ourselves is essential for maintaining calmness. High-pressure phases in work or personal life become more manageable when we proactively schedule breaks and restful weekends. This rhythm not only prevents exhaustion, but also keeps our mindset focused on productivity rather than panic. Building emotional resilience is another key factor. Techniques like mindfulness, deep breathing, or journaling help us process stress before it escalates. Instead of suppressing anxiety, we address it in real time, preserving our long-term calm and positivity. A supportive social circle acts as a safety net for optimism. Friends and family who respect our boundaries and celebrate our small victories enhance our motivation. Their presence reminds us that challenges are temporary and that we don't have to carry every burden alone. Long-term optimism thrives on continuous personal growth. Lifelong learning through courses, hobbies, or reading sharpens our adaptability and broadens our perspectives. This mindset of constant development keeps us open, curious, and less susceptible to discouragement when life takes unexpected turns. Practicing gratitude maintains a bright outlook even when progress feels slow. Thanking ourselves for small wins, appreciating acts of kindness, and noticing everyday comforts create a buffer against negativity. This steady flow of thankfulness fuels enthusiasm and keeps cynicism from taking root. Resisting the urge to compare ourselves to others safeguards our optimism. Everyone has a unique timeline, and measuring success based on someone else's journey can erode self-confidence. By focusing on personal growth, we reinforce the belief that progress and calmness flourish at our own pace. A resilient mindset also embraces mistakes and failures as part of the journey. Viewing setbacks as lessons rather than defining moments allows us to refine our approach and move forward. Over time, we learn that obstacles are stepping stones, not walls. Consistency in daily routines strengthens our ability to remain calm. Whether it's waking up at the same time each day or dedicating a few moments to reflection before bed, these rituals create predictability in a chaotic world. Stability like this is invaluable for maintaining mental clarity and emotional steadiness. Practicing patience with ourselves is crucial. Developing any new skill, including maintaining calmness, rarely happens overnight. Showing self-compassion when we stumble allows us to reset and keep moving forward instead of dwelling on setbacks. Regulating digital consumption helps preserve mental space for optimism. Too much social media or news exposure can amplify stress or unhealthy comparisons. Being selective about online activities, choosing uplifting content, or limiting screen time creates a protective barrier around our serenity. Deliberately seeking out positive influences refuels our spirit. Watching motivational videos, reading stories of resilience, or listening to uplifting music reinforces a hopeful outlook. These choices prevent negativity from overshadowing our desire for calm. Spending time in nature rejuvenates both mind and spirit, strengthening our sense of peace. A simple walk in the park or a scenic hike can dissolve mental clutter. Nature's rhythms remind us that life moves in cycles, encouraging patience, adaptability, and a deep-rooted tranquility. Maintaining an organized environment at home or work reduces stress. When our surroundings are in order, it's easier to find what we need and feel at ease. This sense of control supports long-term calmness and optimism. Setting boundaries in relationships is just as important. Some people energize and uplift us, while others drain our positivity. Recognizing toxic dynamics and minimizing harmful interactions preserves emotional resources, allowing us to stay grounded. Reflecting on personal progress keeps us moving forward. Monthly or quarterly check-ins help assess our growth, highlighting what's working and what needs adjustment. This ongoing reassessment prevents stagnation and keeps our optimism evolving. One of the most powerful strategies for sustaining long-term optimism is having a meaningful why. Whether it's family, personal fulfillment, or a lifelong dream, a guiding purpose fuels perseverance. It acts as a compass in difficult times, reminding us that every challenge is a step towards something worthwhile. Maintaining calmness and positivity requires balancing ambition with acceptance. Setting big goals fuels motivation, but accepting that setbacks will happen helps us handle them with grace instead of panic. This balance lets us dream boldly while staying steady when life unfolds in unexpected ways. Proactively nurturing a hopeful mindset helps prevent negativity from weighing us down. Making a habit of looking for solutions instead of dwelling on problems fosters a constructive outlook. This shift refocuses our energy on action and opportunities rather than frustration. Cultivating patience is another protective layer for both calmness and optimism. While quick results can be exciting, they aren't always realistic. Accepting that some aspirations take time to blossom spares us unnecessary disappointment. Every day we practice patience strengthens our ability to endure challenges without losing faith. Engaging in growth-focused conversations encourages a forward-looking perspective. Talking about career paths, personal goals, or creative ideas reminds us that each day offers new opportunities. Our present circumstances are not final destinations, but stepping stones towards something greater. Periodically clearing out mental and emotional clutter creates space for renewal. Letting go of old commitments or outdated responsibilities makes room for new experiences and fresh perspectives. This refining process protects our positivity from being buried under unnecessary burdens. Building anticipation for future milestones keeps optimism alive. Whether it's an upcoming gathering with loved ones or a personal achievement, having something to look forward to injects energy into our routine. A forward-leaning outlook helps balance daily stresses with excitement for what's ahead. Lifelong learning also nurtures long-term optimism. Exploring new subjects, reading about inspiring figures, or developing new skills adds layers of excitement to life. Every new insight reminds us that there's always more to discover and appreciate. Focusing on how far we've come reinforces positivity. Looking back at past challenges we've overcome strengthens our belief in our resilience. When we remember our past victories, we gain confidence in our ability to handle future challenges. Simple habits like maintaining a consistent wake-up and bedtime routine stabilize emotional rhythms. Those first and last waking moments shape how we meet each day. A structured approach to rest ensures a balanced mind, fueling calmness and reinforcing a sense of possibility. Taking occasional digital detoxes keeps optimism intact. Constant online scrolling can distort perspectives, filling the mind with negativity and comparison. Stepping away from screens, if only briefly, invites real-world experiences that replenish our sense of wonder. Creating a personal calm space serves as a practical tool for sustaining tranquility. Whether it's a cozy chair by a window, a reading nook, or a favorite outdoor spot, returning to this space reminds us of the peace we cultivate. Over time, it becomes a physical symbol of our commitment to calmness. Regularly revisiting personal values aligns long-term optimism with meaningful goals. When our daily actions reflect what we truly stand for, we feel more centered and purposeful. This sense of alignment strengthens inner peace and helps navigate stress without losing perspective. Avoiding emotional extremes is key to maintaining stability. A single setback doesn't define us, just as a single success isn't the ultimate destination. Striving for emotional balance ensures that our mood remains steady, supporting a long-lasting positive mindset. Rewarding ourselves for consistency helps sustain motivation. Instead of celebrating only major achievements, we recognize the value of small daily efforts. Whether it's completing a task, sticking to a habit, or simply showing up for ourselves, acknowledging progress keeps our drive alive. Being mindful of the company we keep matters. If certain relationships consistently drain our energy, adjusting how much time we invest in them can protect our peace. On the other hand, surrounding ourselves with uplifting individuals cultivates an atmosphere of shared optimism and encouragement. Experimenting with different relaxation techniques like stretching, creative hobbies, or guided meditation prevents monotony in our self-care routine. Rotating these methods keeps them fresh and effective, ensuring we stay engaged and steady over time. Ultimately, sustaining calmness and optimism long-term is about creating a harmonious lifestyle. Small, intentional actions woven into daily life build a foundation of lasting peace. With steady effort, we anchor ourselves in hope, allowing our light to shine through every challenge that comes our way.